What's happening, folks? This is Mr. MarkAholic and welcome back to the Magic Circle. Now, given the success of my first playthrough where it is actually going pretty well, and very briefly I do apologise about the volume levels right at the start of the series. I was very new to the software and to YouTube at the time. I still kind of am, but I think I've got the hang of the software at least. Sorry about that, but thanks to those who have stuck through. All of them are gaining a reasonable amount of views now with the release. And in light of that, I would like to bring this little video helping people who haven't quite got the hang of certain puzzles. So this video is going to cover the first maybe one or two puzzles, and then there's going to be other ones as well covering puzzles that people just, are having some difficulty with. It's going to be less chat and more just straight to the point. This is what you can do. But what I will say, big disclaimer, there's lots of ways of doing things. I'm just going to give you a couple of ways that I've worked out and that I've seen, that I've done, as this isn't the first time I've played through this game. That is entirely just to help you. If you find another way, fantastic. If it's a better way, let me know in the comments. That's great. So without further ado, let's get on to the very first one. Okay guys, for the very first one, it is the elevator door. This is probably the most simple puzzle in the game. It gets you started and get a feel for the mechanics of it and what you need to do. Now, in order to do this, there's a couple of prerequisites. First of all, if you see on the right hand side there, I have my cybernetic hand. Now, that is not the normal hand you start with, that is the cybernetic hand. To get that, you have to speak to Old Pro in Cybernetics. Basically, you change his sex to female and then you can take his arm, and that means he is coming along for the ride. When you do that, you can take one of your allies, whether you've picked up the Howler or indeed if the Cyber Rat, if you want to use him round, he's round that corner. You can use him, and then all you have to do is send these guys there, or one of them, whatever you have, and you stand in the other side. Nice and easy. What that then does is opens up your elevator door. Easy so far? Yep. As far as I'm aware, there's not a whole lot of different ways you can actually do this. I think that is the only way I was able to do it. I know I put a corpse on the other side instead. Not quite sure why I did that, but you can actually pick up the corpses and throw it there. But it's entirely up to you. That one's nice and easy. Now the second one, the second puzzle you come across is this one, which is to do with your doors. Now the doors have a force field, you can't get through them, and what do? Now at this stage you may not be entirely familiar with the mechanic of swapping around parts and abilities between your followers. If you are, then I assume this is an extremely simple solve for you guys if you know it. If not, and I have seen a few guys who hadn't quite picked it up yet, it is early on the game. It's a very, very simple solve. Couple options: you can either give one of your existing allies, if you have one, the ability that this doorbot has, or you can just simply use the doorbot. So what we do is we trap the doorbot, and you can see here that it has some abilities, but its special ability is the lightning rod, and that's what opens the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it because we can easily add that to, let's use Cyber Rat for that. Special ability, lightning rod, and then that means that when he's following you around, he automatically opens the doors for you. And that is how you move on to the next one. Okay guys, it's time for puzzle number 3 of the episode. Now this one isn't so much a puzzle, but it is something I've seen a lot of people having issues with, including myself. I was very silly when it came to this one and did not quite understand one concept that would have helped me a lot along the way. So, as you may or may not know, when you die you become ghosted. And when you're ghosted you can still do things, you just don't have the ability to trap. Now when you get to this part, this is basically just coming out of the up there, which is where we came out from the last one. You may come right across and see this huge big thing, and I got very much confused when it came to the lava pit, because I know that the lava pit is not a good thing. But you can see there is some upgrades over there, and also another part, and there's also some rocks. Now rocks are very useful, believe it or not, as are these guys here, Jugadillo or Jugadillo. They're also very friendly. They will not attack you when you first come across them. So guys, what it is it's very simple to get across this little lava field. All you need to do is ghost yourself, There is other ways of doing this, of course. There is many ways of doing this. There's one very easy way if you do get one particular skill, but we will come to that later on in the solutions. Probably not in this video, in the next one. Head on across, and now these rocks are very useful. You can pick them up. You can put them down. Pick them up, and put them down. Pick them up, and put them down. Now what I would say is once we get that, you'll notice that these rocks are actually fireproof, which is an extremely useful thing to have. So what we can do is we can jump from rock to rock. Not enough life for that one. Well, you would normally be able to. Don't jump on my life. There we go. You could jump over here. That one seems a bit far. Nope, we made it. And that is you with the situation over here, and you find the volcano cave. Now what I will say is once you're across there, and you can actually fast travel to that if you want using M on your keyboard, and very easy to use. Once you're across here, I would say that you should edit these and you should grab their behaviors, because fireproof is very useful. Okay guys, that does that one, and I think that's where we're going to leave that initial video. If you did like this idea just to show you ways of doing it, of course there is many other ways of doing these things. These are just for people who have got a little bit stuck and need it to move on. If you did like the video, let me know. Leave a little comment down below. Tell me how you did it, and you guys can tell each other if you want. Other than that, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.